Yeah, the internet cut out. It just went thump, and it was gone. Yeah. I messaged you, Nathan, to tell everybody that I'd cut out. We're back for however long it may be. It hasn't cut out on me for 2 weeks. 2 weeks I've had without any problems, and then boom, cut right out, right in the middle. Boom. It doesn't even give you warning saying you are going to go off. Yeah, it's so annoying. 2 weeks, no, 2 weeks. I've had no problem with it. 2 weeks. I thought it had cured itself, whatever was wrong with it. I don't know why it cut off. What am I on today? I'm on caramel, dairy milk caramel. Or if you're American, caramel for some reason or other. They miss out the A altogether. You thought it was your neck. No, it's me. Like I said, touching wood, fingers crossed. 2 weeks I've had no problem. I'm having some chocolate to calm down. I was just starting to feel secure, thinking, my computer. Nothing wrong with it. And then, kapoop, off I went. Night, night, Carol. Enjoy your sleep and don't work too hard. Oh, I needed this chocolate. Double the thumbs. Well, I won't. People never thumb the second time. Well, I thought I'd give it you. It's nearly Sunday. Chocolatey Claire. That tastes so good. Hopefully my gallbladder won't regret me eating this. I must ring up on Monday to find out why they haven't had any results yet, but this is the NHS for you. People in America. 3 weeks later, and my GP. No, it's not salted caramel. I don't like salted caramel. They seem to salt the caramel and everything these days, and I don't like it. I want caramel. Hey, sticky. The grossest thing I've ever eaten has to be coconut or pineapple. No, pineapple, I think. Yeah, pineapple and coconut. And avocado. Oh, that's greasy as hell. Oh, you love avocado on toast? No, I didn't. It was vile. It's like spreading greasy green stuff on toast. Ugh. And fennel. I don't like fennel. Oh. No, my son mashed it up on toast with a poached egg. Oh, what a ruination of a poached egg. Oh, that sounds revolting, Esther. Don't you find it greasy? It's like slimy. Oh, I'll tell you what else I hate. Okra. Have you ever eaten okra? Oh, that is vile. That is the food of the devil. Oh. What, avocado? I don't even like it. Oh, no. Okra. West Indians have a thing about okra. Saltfish and okra. Oh, dear God. West Indian once made me breakfast. Oh. Saltfish and okra. Oh, God, that was awful. No. No, I'm sorry. You're on your own with that one, Esther. I've had some weird sandwiches in my life, but definitely avocado would not be one of them. And I'm weird about my bread as well. Oh, have you ever had that German black bread? Oh, that is another vile bread. I've tasted guacamole, that were better. But I can't say I would rush to buy it. I tasted it once on a dip thing, but it's not something I would actually buy. I'm a very plain eater. I've got a very tickly stomach. You know, it's something to do with my IBS, long before it was ever diagnosed as IBS, I think. But certain things just, like I said, turn my stomach. Deep fried okra, no. Oh, chicken's feet, no. West Indians eat things like that. Chicken's feet, pig's feet. I don't have them now. I've moved over here, but I had a lot of West Indian friends when I lived in Manchester. Some of the food is gorgeous, but some of the food, draw the line at. I'm sorry, but pig's feet are not quite my thing. Neither is the okra or the saltfish. Oh, I've had enough of that caramel. That was very sicky. Sicky and sticky. I wanted it, but then I don't. Now, sorry, I ate it. Never mind. I've eaten it now. Chicken's feet from carts. When I watched Michael Portillo in India, and he was in a market and they were selling this stuff. It was like sticky, soft fudge stuff. And I'm thinking, oh, could you eat that? It must have been all sugar. All right, you're going to be listening. Okie dokie. As long as you've put your thumb in the air for the second time. Oh, dear. Pickled pig's feet. Oh, my God. I suppose if you're poor, you'll eat anything. Maybe they eat things that they can, it's like chocolate scorpions and stuff like that. Ooh, I'd be no good on that jungle thing where they have to eat all sorts of stuff. Ooh, no. Can you imagine me with my IBS on there? Definitely not. I only ever watched it once when they did actually have celebrities in there. But I've never bothered. I got fed up. It was like watching paint dry half of the time. Right. Work 8 rows, finishing at the armhole edge. Right, okay. I can do that. I can do that. There's a house up for sale in Cleveland, and every time I go past it, I say to my friend Dominique, oh, love that house, my kind of house. I looked it up, 675,000. No, it's not my kind of house. I would have to definitely win the lottery. 675,000. Never mind. That's probably why it's not sold. It's been on the market for ages. It probably would sell in a very upmarket area, but I don't think Cleveland's gets that kind of a price. Not being awful to Cleveland's, but I mean, if that was in the middle of London, it would probably get billions or whatever. I was watching a thing on YouTube where this woman was walking around all these areas in London, you know, like 50 billion for a house there. And I'm like, oh God, people must have some money. They must have a lot of money. It's probably not people from this country, is it? Well, I signed the petition about them stopping the winter fuel, It's all right for the politicians. They get so many thousand winter fuel allowance on top of their wages. The kind of wages the politicians get, they should be able to pay their own flipping eating bill. And yet they're taking it off us. I think they're trying to kill us all off, that they don't have to pay us any pension. Tell you what, the pension bill's too much. Let's just kill a few off this winter. Let's hope it's a harsh one and then they all die here. I'll be sat there in my cuddly going, because I'll be cold. Too cold to put my heating on. Oh, you listen now, you Joe. I've eaten tripe when I was a kid. I don't say I particularly liked it, but it's not bad if it's cooked with steak and cowheel pie, because the cowheel just disintegrates and it makes fantastic gravy. But I don't. Some people used to eat it like raw, put vinegar on it and salt and pepper, with a salad and that. I thought, oh. I know they have them on Etsy, Jill. Definitely have them on Etsy, but I don't know what the postage is like for you in America. I know it's £17 for me. You can find anything you want on Etsy, can't you? But the postage. I bet you'd find one of them hooks, Nathan, on Etsy. If you look hard enough, you'll find one. It's like knitting patterns and crochet patterns. I will do later on. I can't do it right now. You know, knitting patterns that my mum had made for me like 30 years ago. And I say to people, you won't find the pattern. You won't find it. It's on Etsy. It's a photocopy, but it's on Etsy. No, you can't find it on Etsy. I'm surprised, Nathan. What's so special about that hook? Is it one that you like crocheting with, or is it one that you've had and lost? You know, why does it have to be that particular furls one? I mean, there must be loads of other furls. You've always wanted one. Why? Is it because it's yellow or something? Yeah, I'm not surprised they need the Rennies with that. Work 8 rows, finishing at the armhole edge. I mean, would not any other colour of furls do? Is it just because you want a yellow one? Oh, they had a fantastic scooter at the mobility place the other day. It was like a motorbike, all chromium and everything. £3,800 it was. Don't think I'll be getting one of them. Plus, I would get wet through on it, wouldn't I? Because it didn't have a canopy on. I got talking to a little old dear in the cafe on Thursday. And you remember the Pope mobile that I had, that thing that kept practically blowing over? She's got that one. And I said to her, she said, I'm frightened of it tipping over. I said, I know exactly how you feel, love. I said, I sent mine back. She said, I bought mine. I thought, oh, God, more fool you. Shut your eyes, Nathan, and buy a different colour one and wrap some yellow tape round it. Oh, dear. I'm up to the armhole. What does it say for the armhole? It says, cast off 2 stitches. You missed out on a white one. You probably need to be on an American site to get one. I would imagine they're more. Should have asked Ephraim. He likes the furls, but I don't know whether he got any yellow ones. I think Ephraim bought a collection, but I don't think he probably bought the black ones like he got sent to me. I was thrilled to bits with it when I got it, but it's just heavy. Just can't use it because it's heavy. Work to the last 3 stitches. I didn't know there was a sell and swap group. I'm not very good on these marketplace things because I don't have a car. So I see things that are advertised, but like, I couldn't go and get them. Not much you can fit on a mobility scooter, is there, unless it's something small you're buying. Knit 2 together, knit 1. I don't know where our Rosie's gone. She's probably asleep on my bed. She's very quiet. She likes my bed. I don't know why. She just likes to sleep on it, but she does. I think it's quiet and dark in there. Well, they're so expensive, Nathan. I would imagine if you buy them, you cling on to them. But yet there must be people, well, I'm clinging on to mine, aren't I? Because it was a gift, even though I can't use it. It's the same with that one I got from Doris Chan. Because she sent it to me, I won't sell it. I won't part with it. I told you she put a post on Facebook for the first time in ages. She'd crocheted a load of like tops and that for her drama group, and they were all on stage wearing a Doris Chan's. Yeah. I got excited. I thought she was designing again, but she's not. Knit 2 wool forward, knit 2 together. Why would I wool forward and knit 2 together? Oh, because it's a buttonhole. Yeah. I was wondering why I was going to put knit 2 together. Why would I wool forward? No, it's knit 2, that's it. I think it's a 3mm for these chickens because I didn't have one. The certain sizes are everywhere, like the big sizes you can get anywhere on the Susan Bates. But when you get to the tinier sizes, they don't have handles on them. They're just the ordinary metal ones, and I can't grip them. I just cannot grip them. I've got asked by a friend if I'll finish off a cardigan that she started and she can't do. She said, I've got arthritis in my hands. I thought, well, so have I, love. I said, I'll let you know if I can do it or not. But I find I'm better off if I haven't done any knitting or crocheting for a couple of days, and my hands this morning, I could hardly open them. That hand especially. It's still sore now. I mean, my mum was absolutely riddled with arthritis, and the specialist kept telling her to stop knitting. But every time she stopped knitting, her hands were 10 times worse. She said, I've got to keep going. Got to keep using them. But they do say that's the worst thing you can do is stop doing something, because if you stop doing it, you never do it again. It's like me with stairs, because I haven't done stairs for such a long time. I don't know whether I can do stairs anymore. Right, as third row, sixth row, on which front shaping is commenced. Knit 4, knit 2 together through the back loops. Right, okay. I can hear Rosie doing something. Knit 2 together through the back loops. Work to the last 3 stitches. You all right, Rosie? You all right, darling? She must have got fed up of lying on my bed. She's coming to join me. Knit 2 together, knit 1. Hiya, Val. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better. I haven't made any videos all week, if you've noticed. I just wasn't feeling it. Continue in this manner, decreasing at the armhole edge every row, and at the same time decrease on the front edge on every following 4th row from the previous one. Oh. I get very confused. I'm very, very easily confused. I'm dog sitting today, Val. I've got the animals. Family have gone to a 40th. Staying overnight because they're having a drink, so they won't come back until they've got the alcohol out the system, which will be tomorrow at some time or other. When I went to the ferry the other day, Val, I had 2 poached eggs on toast. And it was really nice. It's settled my tummy down a treat. Yeah, I can hear Trixie, she's grunting and farting. You ought to be glad it's not smelly vision. Yeah, Rosie's she's come on the sofa now. She was on my bed before. I'll be sleeping with Trixie tonight. Don't you wish you were me? Diddly-doo. Anybody who missed it before? Have you seen my little chickens? Chick, 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 chicken. It's got little feathers for its bum. I've got 2. My friend wants me to make her 2 more. I said, don't give them the baby. She went, no, it's my friend who keeps chickens. I'm petrified of anything like that, giving them to babies. I did get some safety eyes, just little ones, Val. I got them off the market one Thursday. Only a tiny little packet. I didn't want to order any off. I know people who've ordered boxes full off eBay and places like that and Amazon. And they've not been any good. I mean, definitely the ones from Temu are absolute garbage, I believe. They won't click together. So I wonder why you have to knit them through the back loops. But still, I shall do as I'm told. Market's not open on a Monday. No. I managed to take me zip to that lady, Tayloress. We went up on Thursday. She's open every day but blooming Monday and Sunday. She's only open, I think it's 10 till 4, though. So I managed to drop my jacket in. So at last, I said to her what had happened, and she said, it happens all the time, she said, with puppies and plastic zips. She said, I don't know why they're so attracted to them. She said, I've replaced so many where the puppies have chewed them. No, we called it on Thursday. I got my injections, Val. I actually got them again. Whee! So hopefully now my stomach will settle down. It's like Russian roulette, though. Every time I have a prescription, I've got my heart in my mouth whether they're giving me again. Would you believe that the doctor's not been told any results from my ultrasound? I have to ring up Blackpool Vic on Monday. No, I've had... Every time I don't get me injections for weeks on end, I get side effects when I start them up again. And I cannot convince... I suppose it's not the pharmacist's fault if they can't get them in stock. They can't get them, can they? Yeah, it's been 3 weeks, and she said, you'll have to ring up the Blackpool Vic. I thought, oh, wonderbar. When you ring Blackpool Vic, it's like, who are you? Who are you? Have you been here before? What's your patient number? What are you? Oh, dear Lord. I don't know. Well, what's your NHS number then? I don't know. And then they settle for, well, what's your date of birth then? Why don't you just ask me that in the first place? Like, people roll national health numbers off your NHS number off the top of your head. Like, we all walk around like little encyclopedias. Takes me all my time to remember my national insurance number. I've got to find a load of bumf to renew me blue badge as well. I've got to. No, I think we've lost a lot of people because the internet went off, Val. I just went kaputted for me first. First time it's gone off in 2 weeks. It just went thump when it went. Till 9 stitches remain, right. I can't look it up on my phone, Jill, because it wants me password and all that jazz. Why won't they let you look without permission this, permission that, cookies this, cookies that? Get on your nerves, doesn't it? You find something you want to look at and then they want you to join the email list and you go, no. If you find a pattern or anything, you think, oh, I'll get that. No, I don't want to join your email list. No, I don't want to do all the cookies. Just let me look at the blooming pattern and buy it if I want it. It absolutely bugs me, that. It puts me off even wanting to buy a pattern from them, because I get so peed off with them. One of my subscribers the other day sent me a link, on how to do the Zoom. And I said, look, I'm not being funny, but I don't want to. I'll do a Zoom. I'll join a Zoom if somebody else does the Zoom. But I don't want to start something else, doing Zooms. There we are, Jill. I found it. Deb's Divine Designs on eBay. On Etsy, sorry. Well, you can't see it, can you? There. £4.23 they are. From Deb's Divine Designs. Select a size. Oh, and now they don't have a 3mm. Buzz. They did the other day. Now they don't have a 3mm. Ah. And they did the other day. They must have sold it. Let's have a look at this one. Out of stock. No, they haven't got them anymore. I could have got it the other day if I'd have paid for it, but now they don't have it. How annoying. How annoying. Oh. Susan Bates, 3mm. Etsy. Sorry about this, people. Just looking for the hook. Why can I not find it anymore? This is so maddening, Jill. It was there the other day and now it's gone. Nope, it's gone. They've only got a 350 now. No, you can get a set E to H. But it doesn't say whether they've got handles on them or not. Oh well. No, I can't find it. Yeah, I can only find a 3.5 now. It was there the other day when I wouldn't pay the £17 postage, but now it's not there. Now the smallest one is a 350 now. Oh well. It's really weird how certain things are not anywhere. And if you can't find them places, you just can't find them. And you know they make them, and you know they do them. You feel like writing to Susan Bates saying, "Excuse me, but why can I not find one anywhere? What is it you are not telling me?" Over here, you have a job to get one with a handle on, let alone. And nobody's ever heard of Susan Bates over here. You can't get one in any of the, the wool shops or the online shops. You can't get them over here. They're like, well, what do you mean, an inline hook? Even wool shops don't understand me when I say I want an inline hook. They don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe they are not popular to crochet with an inline hook. Just me, that's awkward. If I'd never started with one in the first place, I probably wouldn't want them all to be like that. But it stops me dead in my tracks when I have to use one with what I call a blob on the end. I mean, a lot of people like that other person. There's two lots of hooks, isn't there, in America? There's Susan Bates and the other one. And so many other people like the other one. The one with what I call a blob on the end. And when I say that, they say, what do you mean, a blob on the end? I said, well, have you not noticed it's got a big fat blob on the end of your hook? No. I can't think what the other name is now. There's two main ones in America, isn't there? Susan Bates and this other one. Oh, now she's gone upstairs. I've looked on eBay, yeah. That was where I bought my last one from. It came from Germany. But the person who sold it me, boy, is, yeah, I can't use the boys. And that's what everybody else seems to love, the boy hooks. I can't use the clover, no. I'm a weirdo, I know. Everybody else is quite happy with the blob on the end of the hook. Except me, who's not. Maybe I should contact Susan Bates and say, excuse me, but can you tell me why I can't find a 3mm hook anywhere? I am sure you cannot have not made one. There must be one in your whole range, in your catalogue of hooks. I'm sure I must be able to find their email address somewhere. I've nearly done a little front. Well, it's only a little front, isn't it? I've never had to start with the front before. Well, I have, because I've done this pattern before, but usually you start with the back, don't you? But with this pattern, you start with the front. I keep watching that Japanese lady. She fascinates me. She doesn't speak on it at all. She's just like subtitles across the bottom. She dresses really weird and she cooks things that are really weird. She very rarely actually knits or crochets anything. Well, she calls it knitting, but it's actually crocheting. Continue without further decrease at front slope, but decrease at armhole edge until 5 remain. Oh no, I've got hiccups. I don't know why she fascinates me so much. I suppose it's like looking into somebody else's lifestyle, isn't it? She's got 3 little puppies. She goes out all the time, and yet she always says we, and you never see her with anybody else there. And yet somebody else must film her because, you know, when she's walking around, she's not doing a selfie view with me. It's her walking. And she never shows her face, so you don't know what she looks like. So it's very intriguing. Oh dear. And when she's cooking, she always cooks enough for 2 people. So there's obviously somebody there with her. Strange. Perhaps whoever it is wants to be incognito. not appear on any of her videos. I know she's got children, she's got daughters, but they don't seem to be living with her. Da, 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 da. Why am I singing a carol, dashing through the snow? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got to do to 5. And then I've finished this little front. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what have I got to do? Work 16, 14 rows of garter stitch after I've done that, right? Such a long time since I made this pattern. I think I made it when my friend had foster babies. Knit 2 together, knit 3. I think that's the last time I made it. My friend used to ask me to knit for her because she used to take foster babies from birth. You know, the drug and alcohol babies she used to get. The lady I was talking to in the cafe used to be a foster mum as well. The one with the big scooter with the plastic sides like the one I used to have, if you remember the Pope mobile. The one with the very unstable sides. I'm glad I wasn't on my own thinking that it was unstable. I thought it was downright dangerous, actually, myself. But the guy came towards me on the seafront the other day with a scooter just like mine. It was absolutely, really red hot. And for me to say that is unusual, but it was red hot. And he had all the sides down on his scooter. He must have been like sitting in a plastic greenhouse. He must have been cooked in that thing. Unless he didn't know how to roll them up. I thought, are you mad? And then another lady went past me with one with no sides on it. She must have took her sides off. But every time I take my sides off, it rains. And it's such a faff to put them back on again. My son can do it, but it takes he's not always around, is he? So I won't take them off, I just roll them up. They're a nuisance. They should make a scooter with a hood, like sports cars have, where you press a little button and the scooter hood comes across when it rains. Okay, daily life. Do you knit, crochet, or what do you do? Because we're mainly crafters on here. Yeah, if one came over like a sports car, it'd be a lot more sensible, wouldn't it? Then you wouldn't have to have it there all the time. Yeah. We shall see, Nathan, we shall see. I've dropped a stitch right on the blooming end. Do. They should also invent one with a windscreen wiper. If you're going to have a windshield, you should have a windscreen wiper. Even if it was one you had to go like that with by hand, just to wipe the window. I've got a chamois leather, but you have to get out of the scooter to do that and get wet. To wipe away the rain. A hover chair. Oh God, yeah, you should go up our seafront. You'd have no spine left. My son keeps saying, "Why don't you take your little scooter?" He said it would get there. I said, "It only does 7 miles to a charge." He goes, "No, rubbish, it does more than that." I thought, well, I'm not pushing the damn thing home. And that it's got wheels about that big. It shakes you to bits. I mean, my big scooter shakes me about because it's got solid tyres. We want a lot of things, don't we? Yeah, even my scooter, it's got a lovely, lovely suspension, really. It's bad enough when I just go around town on it. Somebody takes me somewhere in the car and I just go around town because it won't do curbs. Even the smallest of curbs, it won't do. You have to go down like kind of sideways. You feel as though you're being tilted. I get off it and my son will say, "What the hell are you doing?" And I get off to pull my scooter down a curb, which is, I'm lucky enough I can get off it and stand and pull it down the curb. And he goes like, "Oh," and he pulls me. Are you being stupid or what? And I go, "I can't get down the curb." He just won't. He just won't go down any curbs at all. Stupid little scooter it is. It's all right for what it is, going in supermarkets and that, or going around town if it's flat. But Blackpool, it's got decorative cobbles on a lot of Blackpool. Thank you, Blackpool Council, Wire Council, for that. I've got a friend who's got an electric chair, but she doesn't go long distance on it. I don't think she goes up on the seafront, but I don't think she travels miles in it because she has a mobility van that her dad takes her out in it. So I don't think she actually has to, take herself off shopping or anything like that. Mine wasn't too bad when it had proper tyres, but of course they wear out too quickly. So I've got solid tyres now, so every time it hits a bump, it's like boom, 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 boom. And if you've seen the state of our seafront, people don't realise until they're in a scooter. Anybody walking on it, anybody even jogging on it probably wouldn't realise. But it's in segments. And every time one segment ends and another segment starts, it's like boom, bump. Then you go another few yards, boom, bump. It's like they're not joined together level. It's like concrete slabs, if you know what I mean, that are joined, but they're not joined, they're like that. Every now and again you come across a stretch and it's like tarmac, and you think, oh wow, but it lasts for about 20 yards and then it stops. And there's no dip curbs. Don't get me started on dip curves. There's a nursing home just round the corner from me, and they take the people in the nursing home out on the seafront in push wheelchairs. But the thing is, most of the staff are very tiny Filipinos, and up to the seafront is a slope. And if you could see these poor little nurses, male and female, trying to push these people up to the seafront. I mean, they're about as wet through as a 10-year-old, you know, they're little people. As I say, it's bad enough, but they can't get them up curbs. There's no dip curb. So they're having to turn them down and lift them up backwards, like, you know, these poor people are like, oh. Sadly, most of them are too far gone. I don't think they know they're out on the seafront. They're wrapped up in blankets and they all look as though they're asleep. I don't even know if they know they're out. You can imagine them saying to their relatives, oh, yes, we take them on the seafront, they get plenty of fresh air. And this poor soul in the wheelchair doesn't know whether it's Tuesday, Wednesday, or last week. I'm on my left front now, I've done my right front. I think I'll email Susan Bates if I can find her address. You never know. It might do some good. They might take pity on me and send me one. Doubt it, but you can try. A weird smell. I think it's the dog again. Oh. Everybody's gone quiet again. Oh, it's all gone quiet over there. Can you do your shopping though in your new chair? How far does it go? Or do you have to get a taxi or something if you want to go shopping? As I say, my friend, she has an electric wheelchair, but she's got a mobility. She can't drive it herself, but she's got a mobility, like a van thing, car thing. Her son can drive her or her dad. Because sadly, her husband couldn't cope with her disability and he piddled off with somebody else. After 30 years of marriage, she suddenly couldn't cope with her being in a wheelchair. Nice one. Nice one, squirrel. Men are very lightweight when it comes to looking after people. Well, at least he was. Hey, I don't have to worry about that. Mine's already gone. A friend of mine who's 80, this bloke who's 60 something keeps chatting her up and she keeps saying, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. She said, I'm 80, you're 60 something. Well, I want to be your friend. She said, yeah, but that's all you're going to get, friendship. I got a wheelchair last time I went away because I couldn't walk all that way to the air. I mean, it's miles in the airports. I don't know what it's like in America, but you check in and then where you have to go to, it's miles away. I said, I can't walk. Can't walk that far. I mean, I know you've not got your suitcase, but if you're only travelling with a carry-on, you've got your carry-on, haven't you? I mean, one of my friends did manage to take her folding scooter with her to Greece, but she had to go through a lot of rigmarole and paraphernalia, yeah. To get the scooter on board. Then you hear of people like that lady in the Olympics who had a scooter broken for her. Well, it was in the hold, it got broken. And it was a custom-made one and everything. So she was left stranded because she couldn't just use an ordinary wheelchair. She could only get pushed about in one, which wasn't the point. Because it was built to her specifications, for her spine and everything. And they broke it for her on the plane. And it took months and months for her to get another one, specially made again. Airport staff don't care. You see the way they throw your suitcases about, haven't you? These people who buy a fortune on matching luggage, they must be mental because they just throw them in the air, don't they? Don't we just wish that was true, Jill? I once signed a guy when I was at the job centre, and he was a Reiki healer, and he kept wanting me to go round to his house, and I said, no, thank you. Well, I ain't going round to some strange man's house. Especially one of my customers, if you know what I mean. telling me he could cure me by, yeah. Yeah, I bet she did. But she knew she couldn't cure that. Yeah, it's like that Reiki healer telling me he could cure me. I don't think so. They might be able to cure different things, you know, if it's psychosomatic or something. But not when you've got an actual physical thing wrong. It's like these faith healers, isn't it, you see on the telly? Oh, hallelujah, he was blind and now he can see. I have flare-ups. I don't think I've got fibromyalgia. Well, I don't know. Maybe I do. I've just never had it confirmed. But I have what I call flare-ups when all my hands and feet, knees, everything hurts, and my shoulders hurt. My fingers are hurting now. That hand especially, it's really sore, those last two fingers. But I can't sit there all day and do nothing. I'll just keep... I've not been wearing my splint at night, though. I think I'll have to find it again. When I change my bedding, I put it in the drawer. I don't know why. I put it in the drawer. Normally I leave it on my pillow so I can put it on at night when I go to bed. But I put it in the drawer when I change my bedding, and I've never pulled it back out again. And I'm not changing my bedding, not when I'm sleeping with the dog. And I've got her again next weekend, so I thought, no, I'll wait. It's a big effort for me to change the bed. Fitted sheets and duvet covers are the work of the devil, aren't they? Oh, dear. I think they should be open two sides. Duvet covers, and you can lie it flat, open it like an envelope, put your duvet in, and then zip it round. It would be so much easier than just having one opening at one end and having to thread everything through. I've tried all this laying on top and rolling it up. It doesn't work for me. I don't know what I do wrong, but it doesn't work. I watch them on the YouTube doing it, and it makes it look so easy, don't they? Oh, you can change your duvet in a minute. I'm panting, puffing, having to sit down, practically lying down, practically in the duvet with the duvet before I can get it to. And even then I'm trying to shake it because there's lumps in the middle of it. My niece used to do it for me when I lived in Prestwich. She used to have it done while I was thinking about it. She used to come, not every week, but she would come a lot of Saturdays to see if I wanted to go shopping. And then she used to say, do you want your bed doing? I used to say, yes, please. Or sometimes when she phoned me, she'd say, do you want your bed doing? I said, yeah, I'll strip it ready. I can strip it, it's not a problem. Just putting it back together again, that's a problem. We never had this problem when we had eider downs, did we? Sheets and eider downs. Should go back to that, really. None of this fitted sheet malarkey. Flat sheets you used to tuck in, didn't you? And a sheet to go over the top. I mean, then you only had to wash two sheets, didn't you? You didn't have to wash the whole duvet set and everything. You just used to wash 2 sheets and 2 pillowcases. It's a lot easier. Plus the fact the sheets used to dry a lot quicker because you used to peg them out on the line, didn't you, and give them a good blowing. Oh, trying to put a fitted sheet on. You put it on 2 corners, don't you? You go to the bottom and they flirt off the top too. Oh. I know they sell those deep ones. I need to buy deep ones next time. But I've got new sets. I don't feel like buying new sheets. And I bought all new sets to come here. I had about 3 or 4 new sets to come here. And one of them's a Winsiette sheet. Oh, lovely. Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Just a roll where you could just roll down a clean one. Rip the old one off the bottom, yeah. Yeah, because you never sleep on the edges, do you? You only sleep in the middle, don't you? You can pull one down in the middle and tuck it under. Just wash that little bit that you're laying on in the middle. There you are, Chris. You can patent that idea. Hey, remember UK medic that used to come on here, Rob? He's had a heart attack. I mean, he's back at home now. But he's had a heart attack. I saw his live. He said as a medic, he should have realised he was having one, but he thought he had indigestion. Well, I don't know whether he's had to have anything. I didn't watch the live. But I saw a bit of it where he said he'd had a heart attack. Well, he's quite a heavy smoker. I don't think it does you any good if you're predisposed to heart issues. It's amazing how many people in the medical profession smoke. You think they would actually know, all the problems that smoking causes. You get quite a lot of doctors and nurses and that smoke. My old doctor used to smoke like a chimney. And he used to smoke while he was, long before, was the NHS, but, back in the day where you just waited in the waiting room and they saw you. It was great, wasn't it? We used to just used to go in, sit down, and then people would tell you if you jumped the queue, yeah. Woe betide if you jumped the queue. I was before you. I'm in a rush, I've got to go back to work. No, get back in the queue. Hi, Nerdy Stitcher. Oh dear. I don't know how old UK medic is. He looks as though he's in his 50s, but I might be being rude. I hate it when people say, how old do you think I am? And you hate to guess, don't you? So you always knock about 10 years off their age and hope they're flattered, yeah. It doesn't happen as much now, but I mean, in the old days, God. I mean, the care home round the corner from me. They stand outside smoking. But, Don't know whether they're nurses or what. They're just care workers, aren't they? But they smoke. Stand outside smoking in the breaks. Oh God, you should see some of them. I don't say the doctors are fat, but the nurses, some of them. At the hospital, some of them are hefty. Hefty looking nurses. When I used to go to one that was telling me I was vastly overweight, his nurse was bigger than me. I used to think, what about your nurse? What do you tell her? I seem to see all the big people. I don't know why. May I seem to get drawn to them. We have a lot to be drawn to around here. And it's not the older people. My generation, most of them are okay. I don't know why most of my generation. It's mostly the sort of 20s, 30s, even the 40s age group that are big these days. There was a family came into the chip shop when the cafe. Oh boy, they were massive. And the daughter was a young mum. She must have probably been in her 20s, but oh dear, was she a big girl. And you can't say anything because people think you're fattest, don't they? But I'm too big, and I know I'm too big. And I know it's not healthy. But I'm trying. Yeah, I let mine slide in my 50s. I was having all the troubles with my back and everything, and it was just too easy because I was in so much pain just to sit and not do anything. But now, even though I'm in pain, I am trying my best to lose the weight because every pound you lose is less strain on your knees and your hips and your back. What are you doing? She's running around the sofa snorting. Don't know whether you can hear her or not. What are you doing, little girl? Oh, she's back on the chair again. No, I've never been a binge eater. I eat wrong when I won't say anxious. I don't really suffer with anxiety. And I don't really suffer with depression. I get depressed in a bit, but I wouldn't say I've got depression. Because I think that's maligning anybody who has got it. Because I can shake myself out of it, which I know if you've got it, you can't. So I'm not depressed really in that way. Oh, I'm getting warm. Would you believe? Never been. Oh, look at this. Stupid dress. It's meant to be worn off the shoulder. But I don't wear it that way. So therefore, I'm showing everything I've got. It's got a name in it, ASMR or something, is it called? And people like the sound. I like the sound of rain. Oh, it used to drive my ex-husband up the pole. Cat, 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 you shut up. I grew up with it, so I suppose it doesn't worry me because I grew up to my mum. I grew up to my mum knitting on a big industrial knitting machine. So I used to fall asleep to the zip, zip, zip. And when it wasn't me mum on the knitting machine, it was me auntie on the electric sewing machine. So I grew up with a sort of background noise. It's a bit like babies who go to sleep when you put the vacuum cleaner on, isn't it? White noise, they call it, don't they? I love the sound of rain. I don't like being in rain, but I like the sound of rain. And I used to like the sound of waves until I moved here, and now I'm fed up with it. But yeah, I used to like watching the waves, but only when it's scenic. It's not scenic around here. You know, when you get a lovely fishing cove with boats and you get rocks and cliffs going down to the sea and the waves going in and out, or when you're on holiday and it's beautiful blue sea, you know, and the waves going in and out. It's very hypnotic. But here, it's not hypnotic here. It's like sludge, brown grey sea going in and out and in and out. And there's nothing scenic about it. You don't even see a boat. Occasionally I see the ferry, but you know, I thought it would be like, you know, I'd see sailing boats going by and things like that, but no. I didn't learn to knit at school, but I did knit at school. And the headmaster used to always come by because I was one of the only ones who could actually knit. The rest of them used to make dishcloths with big holes in, you know. And I used to be knitting mittens and things, you know. And he always used to come past and he always said the same thing to me. You're going to knit me a tie? Going to knit me a scarf? But at school they used to give us this horrible cotton that had been unravelled about 7,000 times and it was filthy. You never got anything nice to knit with. And they used to give me these little scruffy little plastic needles about 6 inches long. And I never knitted with them. I always knitted with my mum's long needles. And I used to say, I can't knit with these. Can I bring my own? No. Can't bring your own, health and safety. Can't bring your own knitting. But when I went to the grammar school, I used to sit and knit in. I used to sit on the wall when it was sunny, me and my friends, and I used to knit. And at first, all my friends were like, oh, you're so old-fashioned knitting. By the end of the first term, so many people were knitting as well because they liked what I was making, the jumpers I was making and things. And can you teach me how to do it? Can you show me how to knit? There was one girl I used to sit with. She was called Sandra Bumby, I'll always remember. And her mum was expecting a surprise baby. And she was knitting all these little baby clothes. Her mum must have been on the change of life with a surprise. And I always remember when he was a little boy, and they called him William, Billy Bumby. Poor little sausage. And she used to sit there knitting little baby cardigans for her. Well, she didn't know he was going to be a brother, did she? Because we didn't know in them days. For her mum's new baby, because her mum didn't knit. She used to knit little booties and everything. She was lovely little. But the best of all, I remember a little girl called Irene Burke. I don't know where her parents were. She'd only be, 6 or 7 years old because we were at a baby school, junior school, little infant school. Irene Burke, she was called. She lived with her grandparents. And she used to knit those tea causes, you know, the fluted ones with 2 colours, where you pull it behind, don't you, to make it ruche up into pleats. And she used to sit in the schoolyard knitting them, and I used to think, oh, she's so talented. I mean, I could just about knit, but I could only do like knit and purl, but she could do these pleated tea causes. And I can remember saying to my mum, I want to be like Irene Burke. I want to knit tea causes like she does. Yeah, she was only about, well, we were only at infant school. I think we left infant school about 7 or something like that and went on to junior school. I don't understand these year 9s, year 7s, year whatever. We started about 4 at the infant school, 4 or 5, and we were there probably till 7 or 8, yeah. But we were only in the baby class, if you know what I mean. There's only 2 classes. We were only in the baby class when Irene was knitting tea causes, yeah. I was knitting mittens, but I couldn't do the thumb. My mum had to turn the thumb for me. But I could do the ribbing and I could do the stocking stitch on mittens when I was about 6 or 7 years old. I think I learned to knit about 5, yeah. Didn't learn to crochet until I was about 13, I think. I used to embroider as well. I had an auntie that was a beautiful embroiderer. My other auntie used to try to teach me to crochet, but she used to crochet with that very, very fine thread. You know, she used to make altar cloths because they were Catholic, yeah. She used to make altar cloths and doilies and things with very, very fine thread with the tiniest of hooks. And I could never do that. But my other aunt taught me to embroider. Nothing fancy, just satin stitch and chain stitch and things, yeah. I embroidered my mum a peg apron when I was little. And funny enough, when she passed away, I found it. She'd kept it all those years. She'd kept it was an apron and I'd made it and sewed it, put bias binding around it. There was like pocket for to put the pegs in. And all across the front, I'd embroidered a washing line with all like trousers and shirts and things hanging on it with pegs at the top. And my mum had kept it all those years. I found it after she'd passed away, yeah. I should have kept it really, but I didn't. But it just touched me that she kept it all that time. Hello, excuse me. Hey, well, it's getting near the witching hour, isn't it? I'll be letting these doggies out soon. And having to sleep with Trixie, won't that be a joy? Having her snorting in my ear all night. Oh, that'll be a joy. I don't think I knit as fast as Sheila does. I don't knit as long as Sheila does. She knits all day long, doesn't she? I get bored. I've done one little front is what I've done, and I've started the other little front. I've almost knitted a blue one. I'm on the excuse me. I've done the button band, but I was up to the buttonhole band, and I didn't think I could concentrate on. You've got to mark how many, you know, the buttons, and measure them out. You know, I didn't think I could do that while I was talking to you. And then I've got to do the neckband, and then it's sew it together, and it's done. You're stitching a sample. Oh, you've got more patience than me. I can't do that sort of stuff. I couldn't see it for a starter. I couldn't see all that tiny stuff. I'm not the best hand stitcher in the world. When I couldn't put that zip in on the machine, I tried hand stitching it. I couldn't get me. Yeah, it's a baby sweater. I'm just using up my oddments. It's one that I knitted for my son, and he's 55, so that's how old this pattern is. Ooh, that's how old the pattern is. Yeah, in double knitting, yeah. You can still get the pattern, SC44. That's it. I like it because you do the button bands in as you're going along. I've got the book somewhere in the shed. It's got a pram suit in it, a little dolman short cardigan. What else has it got in it? Yeah, pram suit. It's got leggings and everything, bonnet, a lot. I made them all for my son. Oh, and a matinee jacket. I made them all for my son before he was born. Well, I'd be a lousy cross stitcher, so there you are. We're all good at something, aren't we? I couldn't do cross stitching stuff like that to save my soul. I can't do embroidery now. It's the needle I can't hold. If it's a fine needle, I can't hold it. I can't feel it. My finger ends are kind of dead at the end, yeah. Hi, Gloria. I need to sort out Tunisian. My Tunisian tension is absolute rubbish. Now, loom knitting is something I can't cope with. It's too slow to me. And I don't use my addies. I've got a big and small addy. Don't use them. I should, but I don't. As I said before, they're not meant for English yarn. They're meant for American faux yarn. I don't know why I don't like loom knitting. It just seems to take forever to me. I used to watch that other lady do it. Oh, began with a D. She was a lovely lady. She was a big girl. She used to loom knit hats for the church. She's still on Instagram, but she doesn't do a. Oh, she wasn't called D, was she? No. I used to watch her all the time, but she doesn't make any videos for a long time. She had about 4 cats. She lived down in a swamp bit for ages, and then she moved out and got herself a house. Oh, what the heck was she called? She's still on Instagram. I used to like talking to her as well, but she's not on. She doesn't do. She took all her videos down. I think she's called Coffee Cats or something now on Instagram. I can't remember what the name was. I'm sure it began with a D. Oh, diamond painting. Ugh. Yeah. What's she called? She always likes everything I do, so I'm sure she's called Coffee Cats. I can't remember her name. Hi, Jane. Oh, I used to have a girl at knit club. She didn't. She punched more fingers than she punched what she was supposed to be punching. And she used to make the most grotesque little animals. Yeah. I used to say, "Oh, is that a cat?" And she said, "No, it's a sheep." So I stopped asking her what she was making after that, because I always got it wrong. Every time I guessed something that was wrong, and she was mortified. She kept saying, "No, it's not. It's a sheep." Oh, now you see, I wouldn't have the patience for that. Nerdy stitcher would not have the patience for that. I'm making a baby cardigan. The pattern's as old as the hills. I made it for my son, and he's 55. I think the pattern was older than him. It was one of the best-selling patterns of Peyton's SC44, it was. And nearly every mum I knew of my generation go, "Oh, I have that pattern." And you can still buy it. But this is one I found on Etsy, like we find everything. And it got sent to me as a PDF. So I only printed out the 2 pages because it's got like about 16 pages long. I've got the book in the shed somewhere. I just couldn't be bothered going to the shed to find it. Oh, I love my old Peyton's patterns, the old grey patterns. I absolutely love them. I lent them to somebody and they never gave them me back. So I finished up, cost me a fortune. I had to buy a lot of them back again off eBay. And everybody's going, "What are you buying them old things for? They're out of style." I said, "I don't care." So I've still got loads of them in the shed. I won't part with them. A lot of them are done in 3-ply though, of course. That's even finer than fingering if you're in America. I don't know what you'd call 3-ply. Maybe lace weight. I don't know what you'd call it. Well, you know me and my vintage knitting patterns. I love them. I understand them. I do not understand all these top-down, all-in-one garbage things. I like to knit on 2 needles. I like to knit in pieces and sew it together. I do not want to start at the neck and go down on circular needles. And every pattern I like, and I see it on Ravelry, "Oh, that's nice. Circular needle. No, thank you. I won't bother." That's why I go on Etsy and look for vintage patterns, because I know they'll be on 2 needles. Maybe Sheila's like me. Sheila doesn't like knitting them. She knits on circular needles, but it's only when she's doing a blanket. And then she knits backwards and forwards. She doesn't go round and round. I see you knitting there. You're knitting on a worm. I don't like worms. If I had to knit on circular needles, I'd have to give up knitting. Can't be coping with them. That's why I like my vintage patterns and my straight needles. Mine Ephraim's like this. Ephraim only likes knitting on straights. I guess we're British and proud and we knit on straights. It's only the younger generation that knit everything on a circular needle. People my generation don't. I don't know why, but things done top down don't always fit nice. They have a bunch of whatever here and they don't fit right under the armpits and they don't seem to sit right at all. Whereas if you do them on a straight needle and you've got a shape, you know. But if you start with a circular needle and you start there, there's no shaping unless you've got more rows at the back than you have at the front, because so you get this roll like a bunch that doesn't sit right. And then if you don't get the armholes right, if you don't break for the armholes in the right place, it bunches up all over your bust. I don't know why, they just don't fit right for me. And they're done on circular needles. Everything's so critical that you've got to get everything just spot on. And if you don't, like I say, it just... Well, there were no such thing as circular needles when I was a kid. No, I'm a thrower. I've always been a thrower. I can't knit continental. I watch a lady who lives in Israel. She's called Crochet Objet. And she knits continental. Very slow knitter, though, I must admit. She knits very slowly. She knits on fine stuff as well. I'm thinking, no wonder it takes you weeks to make anything. I mean, she's a very, very neat knitter, don't get me wrong. And she knits some lovely, lovely things. But it takes her ages to do a row. She'll sit like knitting on camera sometimes, and I'm like, hurry up. Get to the end of the row. It's taking you forever. And yet I'm not a fast knitter compared with a lot of people. I'm not a speed knitter. Although I used to be a lot quicker than I am now. Because I don't knit as much now, I've slowed up. I don't think I'm that fast. But I can't be doing with all these people who have like about 14 projects on the go. They open up one bag and it's got some socks in it, and they open up another bag, it's got part of a jumper. Then they open up another. I won't be here when you come back, Nerdy Stitcher, because I'm going in 5 minutes. So I shall say goodbye to you now. I can't be doing with all that. Projects in different ruddy bags. If it went in a bag, I might as well just forget about it. Yeah, I'm going to finish doing my knitting now, whatever I'm knitting, and hopefully I will have... Oh, my finger's gone. I've got a trigger finger, I think. I'm going to go now, take these animals outside, and then go to bed. Maybe I'll start some chickens tomorrow. Maybe I'll start some more little chickens tomorrow. Yeah, I've got to make 2 for my friend, but I've got some safety eyes now, so maybe they won't be quite so weird looking. just hoping the dogs don't get them, decide to chew them up or something. Oh, it's not really amigurumi, is it? It's not got a face, has it? It's only got eyes and a beak. I don't make dolls with faces. Oh, I can't cope with that. I'm not a tight enough crocheter to make amigurumi, to be quite honest. All the stuffing would poke through. With those, it doesn't really matter because they're only chickens and they're not meant for children. Now I'm going cold again. I shall have to put my I'll have to put my cardigan on anyway because I'm going outside with the animals. I need to move this chocolate in case the dogs sniff it out and want to eat it. And that won't do their tummies any good. Yeah, I only ate a bit of it. I didn't eat it all. It was very good. Yeah. So sorry I cut off in the middle. Just one of those things, wasn't it? Drink the last of my Coca-Cola. Right, everybody. So thank you for keeping me company, even though I did go on stream. And I will see you all. Maybe I'll make a video tomorrow if I feel in the mood. I just wasn't in the mood this week. And I do, like I said before, I don't like moaning videos where I will be sat there going, oh, I don't feel very well, you know. I hate watching them. I don't mind if people moan now and again. But you know, the ones who moan on every flipping video really gets me down. You know, they've always got some complaint or other, haven't they? And I really hate that. I really hate it. Yeah. That's what I'm knitting now, a cardigan. Just got a bit of lacy edge on it. I've only got the bands to do on that one. So it's another oldie, but it's not as old as old. I think Sheila's got this pattern, actually. To be honest with you, I can't open it. See, my fingers are not working. Oh, that's the one I'm doing. I'm doing that one there, the button-up cardigan. I know it's lacy, but it's blue, so it might do for a boy. It's not got that much lace around the bottom. Just a bit of lace around the bottom. It's got eyelet holes for the armholes. So, just a little bit. I've got so many crocheted baby things as well in the shed I need to fish out. Stick them on eBay. Sheila manages to sell them on eBay, so maybe I will one day. Who knows? Oh, hello, what's this? Keep getting all these messages. I hope they stop now because I'm going to bed. Oh, it's Neil Sean. I like him. I really like Neil Sean. He really hates the Sussexes. Yeah. Mind everybody's rubbishing them on that trip, aren't they, to Colombia? Still. Ta-ta, everybody. See you all very soon. Bye for now. Bye. Oh, that hurt my fingers. Bye.